Hi, I'm Graham,
and I'm Andy,
and we're in Remember, and we're in Dalston. Originally, Remember was basically just me messing around with loop pedals and sort of toy instruments and stuff like that. But over the years, I've sort of, I guess, recruited musician after musician.
To the point now you've got 7 people.
Yeah, to the point where there's this part of just the nature of the way Glasgow is. It's like if you're in a band, you tend to meet all the other folk that are in bands as well, and you meet people, and if you kind of have common ground musically or whatever, you kind of end up working together, and that's pretty much how everyone that plays in Remember plays in Remember now. Just, as I was using loops and things like that, I've always written sort of multi-layered music with a lot of like layers of melody and harmony and stuff, and I basically just got bored of playing it all myself, because as a musician I'm limited to the instruments that I know how to play. You know, I can only like play guitar and keyboard and things like that, and in my head I always imagined
like a massive orchestra.
Well, yeah. I always imagined, really wanted to work with woodwind, strings, drums, you know, whatever. A lot of the time we jam together as a band and stuff. But when I do write, I'm imagining rhythms of Andy as a drummer in mind, or you know, I'm writing it with the musicians and the instruments they play in mind, as opposed to just writing a bunch of stuff on guitar and hoping that will work on a bunch of different instruments.
I mean, I guess that's sort of like the difference maybe between the first album and the second album, isn't it? You know, as the members have seemed to come together, the songs from the first album, when we still play them, have kind of changed.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They've kind of morphed into this sort of like, you know, bigger sort of band version.
It was quite a fluid lineup for a while, but this 7 has kind of been the same for the last like 2 years or so. And I guess through playing the old songs with the new band, a different sort of sound developed, which is maybe what led to the sound of this record.
Yeah,
maybe.
No, totally.
Yeah. I first got sort of involved with the Rock Action Mogwai guys a long time ago, when Mogwai got in touch with me when they needed someone to play extra keyboards for them on a couple of tours they were doing. And in the end, I only played with them, you know, for a few months. But I mean, it was like for me, it was a really quite important thing to happen to me, and made quite strong friendship. And pretty much when I came back from that tour is when I started doing Remember, doing it as a solo kind of thing. And it wasn't like straight away. It wasn't just kind of like, oh well, let's do Graham a favour. It was like a good year of me like doing it until like Barry from Mogwai came down to a show I was doing in Glasgow. And that night it was just like, yeah, do you want to put a record out? I said yes. If we were to do a soundtrack to a film, I would definitely rather it was something that we were... The composition was like in tandem with the production of the film. I mean, you do get quite often people like, oh, I've made this, can I use one of your songs? But I mean, that's fine, that's great, people want to do that, it's amazing, but something personally I'd really love to do is actually to be a purpose-made score for a film.
It would be a really awesome sort of exercise, like a discipline as well.
Yeah.
Because
it's actually really hard.
Yeah, isn't it? You know, because you've got to like narrate emotions.
Just when you watch those like YouTube videos where they'll take The Shining or something and recut it with really happy music, and
makes it look like a sort of the feel-good comedy of the summer.
Totally. The score, the musical accompaniment to a film has so much power. It's so like, or even if you just take the music off a film completely, then it's a completely different experience. There's some vocals on the first album, a song called The Dancing. 3-part harmonies, no less. But I don't know if it really counts because there was no actual words apart from blah. My problem really is lyrics. I'm really more a melody person, and I'm quite with lyrics, I'm quite a snob. Like, lyrics have to be good for, like, really good for me to, like, enjoy a band. I have to really like the lyrics, and maybe I'm a little too harshly critical of my own lyrical writing. Stephen, who plays guitar in the band, is an amazing singer. Actually, he's got a beautiful, beautiful voice, and I imagine if anyone was going to sing in the near future, it would probably, most likely candidate would be him.
He's got the voice of an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, trapped in a Glaswegian.
I think my biggest fear with the type of music that I write and that we make as a band is that it's going to be used as background music. I mean, obviously it is. It's, you know, it's what people do with instrumental music, but I like shudder at the idea of anyone calling it chill out music, or, you know what I mean, at the idea of, like, well, yeah, it's some, like, chill out cafe in Ibiza, let's stick on Remember Remember, and, like, you know, it horrifies me. So that's how I don't want people to listen to it. Not that I want them to be sitting in total silence.
Reverential.
Crying.
With just, like, candlelight.
In church.